not least is reporting performance. Being able to effectively report the performance of your project is completely dependent upon your effectiveness in gathering status updates so that you can know how your project is progressing. Once you've got those status updates, you can use that information to assess how the project is progressing. When we get to the application assignment, we're going to look at earned value analysis, which is one of the formal tools for being able to quantitatively assess where you are in terms of your schedule variance, meaning how you're doing according to your original schedule, and also cost variance, how you're doing in terms of the cost. Being able to calculate those variances is based on a couple of assumptions. The first assumption is that in order to calculate variances from the initial plan, well, that means that you had to have created and formalized a project plan. You can use tools like Microsoft Project to create that plan and then set that plan as the project baseline, meaning that as the project progresses, you are going to systematically go back and assess how things are actually occurring and compare them to the original plan that you set forth, and enter that data into your software tool. As you enter the data about how things are actually progressing, then that allows you to come up with some metrics about your project performance. What is your schedule variance? How are you doing? Are you ahead of or behind schedule? Cost variance. How are you doing according to budget? These different things that allow you to troubleshoot and also allow you to be able to diagnose what specific pieces of the project or are ahead of or behind schedule, because it may be that there's just one specific piece of it that's the problem area, and you as a project manager need to focus a lot of attention on that problem area in the short term to be able to make sure that you finish on time, in budget, and with the promised specifications at the end of the game. So being able to conduct that quantitative analysis to know how you're doing in terms of variance. The other outputs that you see there, organizational process asset updates, just wanting to be able, it's one thing to perform these variances, but if you want to get better as an organization at conducting projects, then you are going to want to keep information about what caused the variances that we ran into. When we ran into those variances, how did we decide to fix it, and why did we make those decisions? And how can we take those decisions and as we move forward into other projects, use them to more effectively manage those projects? Any other types of lessons learned that come out of it, all of those are outputs of this ability to report performance. And the reason why this is under communications management is not only do you need to be able to perform all of the assessments to know where you are on your project and how you're performing, but you also need to be able to effectively communicate those to your stakeholders. So all of that goes into reporting performance.